What's up, champions? Welcome to a new video. So in this video I want to explain to you the anterior deltoid press. So this is an exercise I developed with my physiotherapist in Italy specifically for strengthening the anterior deltoid, obviously. So basically this is for everybody who wants to improve their handstand push-up game or their planche game. So why is this so important, and why not just stick with the military press instead of why do we have to use this anterior deltoid press? So the main reason is the scapula position. So you do the military press in kind of a neutral position or even retracted if you really want to be efficient, and you're pressing the bar directly up. So you want to be as efficient as possible, meaning when you're efficient you're not using a whole lot of your strength. So we want to be less efficient here in the anterior deltoid press and press the weight more in front of you. So that works more of your anterior deltoid. And also the main thing is just that hollow position. Because if I'm here retracted, or let's say even neutral or retracted, you see my chest is really open. So here is a lot of upper chest I'm getting when I'm military pressing. Or if I'm doing like arched handstand push-up, a lot of work goes on the chest. If, however, you bring it from here to here, especially with that close grip, you're really working that anterior deltoid, which is usually the weak link in the planche and in the handstand push-ups as well. So this is one of the most, I would say probably the best exercise with weights that will transfer very well with calisthenics. And especially it's very nice because you can use it for hypertrophy rep range as well. So you can simply put a lighter weight here and work with less weight and work for hypertrophy, so increase the size of the delts and then go for strength. But these days I'm doing this one with, the last time was 60 kgs. And my student Urosh, calisthenics animal, the front lever monster, he really loves the military press. But then I noticed he really likes to arch a little bit when going for it. Then I was like, okay, if you want to do the handstand push-ups, let's just go and focus on the anterior deltoid press. So he basically did the anterior deltoid press and the pike push-ups for about 2 months. Basically zero military press. And then he tried the military press again after focusing on the anterior deltoid press and the pike push-ups. Boom, military press went up without even going for the military press. So basically his military press went up to 100 kgs. Yeah, I think he can even press 105 right now. While before he was just stuck on the military press. He was doing it, he was always arching a little bit and taking that pressure off the anterior delt. So when going with pike push-ups and the anterior deltoid press, right now he's also performing it with 60 kgs. He started with 20. That's how difficult it was for him, because it felt so unnatural to maintain that protracted position. So that's why the anterior deltoid press is just a beautiful exercise. It is a bit complex, but definitely worth learning it. You can do it with the dumbbells, you can do it with the kettlebells, you can do it with a plate. I have a very nice 40 kg plate, so that feels very comfortable. And you can basically go for it half range of motion or full range of motion all the way up. But in that case, it's a bit more complex regarding the scapula position. Luckily, I'm going to show you everything right now in a minute. But I just want to explain why this is such a valuable exercise. Because for calisthenics, you're working directly on your weak link regarding your pressing. So I'm not saying that anterior deltoid is always the weak link, always, yeah, let's blame it for everything. But usually with a handstand push-up especially, and the planche, it is. So if the elbows are intact for the planche, usually it's just that strength of the anterior deltoid. Protraction, obviously, of course, but let's say protraction is on point and the elbows are on point. In that case, it's just a massive strength required from the deltoid to keep your body horizontal. So that's why anterior deltoid press, beautiful exercise. Right now let me go into details on how to perform it, and then you can implement it into your training and you'll have amazing results. Boom! Let's begin. So this is the anterior deltoid press. So first I'm going to show you just half range of motion. So basically legs in a kind of a squat position, so you can bend the knees a little bit, squeeze the glutes and lean a little bit backwards. So this mimics that handstand push-up position, and you also get a bit more range of motion in the anterior deltoid. So from here in a hollow position, I would press up to the top of the forehead and then bring it back down. And really make sure you stay in a hollow position. So this is very important. So you see right now, this is hollow position. If I'm like this, I can have a lean back, but if I do this, I'm pressing right now with my chest. If I do this, now is the deltoid. And I really Even though this is 10 kgs, right now did some reps, I'm focusing on it, I definitely feel it. So this would be just the half range of motion. Beautiful to put a lot of weight here, to really go full on with the intensity, or to work with hypertrophy as well, works very nice. And then as you get very comfortable with this one, I would go full range of motion. Let me show you with this one with 20 kgs. So basically you can basically start on top, like this in the overhead position, and from here, lean back, squeeze the glutes, depress the shoulder blades, and protract. So again, not in a retracted position, pressing with my chest, but in a protracted position, working the deltoid. So in a protracted scapula position, you can press up to about here. Then you have to lose the hollow position and press all the way up. So lean back, hollow, press up to here, lose the hollow position. Lean back, hollow position. Boom. Really feeling it already. Basically, that's about it. Regarding the elbow position, it's just a very important detail to try to keep that forearm vertical. So here, to get a bit extra range of motion, I do like to bring the elbows a bit deeper. So you have your brachialis working a little bit, but it's worth to increase the range of motion on the anterior deltoid. So you can lower all the way down to here, but make sure you don't go too wide with the elbows. So if you're pressing kind of like this, don't really feel my deltoid like this. I want to keep the elbows close, right here. Boom. Yep, makes a difference. So depends on how wide is the plate, but usually they're about this size. So if you keep the forearm vertical, that's perfect. If you try to keep the forearm vertical, that's phenomenal. Whew. Boom. But this really feels phenomenal and very intense on the delts. So basically, keep that protraction, keep that depression, try to keep the forearm vertical, squeeze those glutes to go posterior and take the pressure off the lower back, and also stay in that nice hollow position. It's going to be definitely easier if you're fully posterior. So that's basically it. Do it with control, proper range of motion, and have some fun with the anterior deltoid press. Boom. Alright, so that is the anterior deltoid press. Make sure to implement it into your training. You'll have amazing results regarding improving your handstand push-up game and your planche game as well. So basically any kind of pressing game, it's going up if you're using the anterior deltoid press. I wouldn't necessarily use it as the first exercise of the training session, because I would usually go with something body weight, because that's what I do, you know. So I would either go with a free balance handstand push-ups on the floor or on the parallettes, or if you're on a bit lower level, you can go with chest to wall handstand push-ups, or any variation of the pike push-up there is. You can go elevated, you can go deep, you can go close grip, and simply have some fun there. But I would definitely use anterior deltoid press, and usually as the first accessory exercise of the training session. So my first exercise would usually be something like the handstand push-up, and then the second exercise, anterior deltoid press. Really a lot of weight usually for me these days, so working for strength. But if you want to work on hypertrophy, then definitely simply put a bit less weight there and go for hypertrophy 8 to 12 reps, and really increase the size of that anterior deltoid, which will help you so much when it comes to learning the advanced elements. So yeah, that's basically it for this video. If you want some help with achieving top level strength and mobility, then click the link right here below the video and you can check out some of my tutorials for the handstand push-up, the one-arm chin-up, and so on and so forth. So if you want the routines, everything written down, so you don't have to be confused, oh, should I do this many sets, or should I do more, should I pick that exercise or this one? So if you just want something where you have a whole bunch of different routines to not get bored, so a whole bunch of different routines that work, and you simply gotta follow it. You simply follow it to the T. You have the instructional videos as well, so it's very clear on how to perform each and every exercise to get the most out of your training and to avoid injuries. So if you want top level results, then click right here below the video and check out some of my tutorials. Thank you so much for your time. Train smart, and remember, you're a champion. Boom.